Good afternoon on this ridiculously hot day. Just a really quick video, if I'm honest. Just a bit of a catch up on what's coming next. So, just so you know, a bit of background. Just basically did the wall a couple of weeks ago, finished it, end of the wall. I'll try and give you the not so gruesome version of it, but basically took my socks off at the end of the wall. I knew I had an issue with one of my toes. One of the toes, basically kind of when the sock came off, the nail and most of the skin off that toe came off with the sock. Bit of a, what's it called, degloving I think it's called. So it's been basically a couple of weeks just leaving that to heal up. So today, the plan is, I'm just going to have a very light run around the track. Possibly just a mile or so, just to see how those toes are settled, because they do feel like they're hardened up, feel like they're alright, but because I keep getting them, these kind of injuries in the same two toes, I'm just thinking like, right, well, if I do any kind of distances, it's just going to be a recurring thing. But as I have the motor 10k in 2 days, thought I'd probably best test it out now rather than going all the way through the motor, even if it's like it's alright, but maybe I need some kind of, I don't know, a gel cover on them or whatever, but we'll find out. Anyway, I'm beginning to think the wall is very much like pregnancy with women, where it's not that much fun when you're doing it. And if you did watch my video, you'll see towards the end I was very low, talking about how much I didn't enjoy parts of it and stuff like that. But then up and back, I think I probably would do it again. But that could be. My thing is like that's like women with pregnancy, because you quite often see women wanting to have another baby, having gone through horrendous amounts of pain and whatnot. So that's my thinking anyway. There's a logic behind it in my head, even if not with anything else. And I also thought we'd try, just because this track's empty, I'm running the wrong way around, because I'm a rebellious motherfucker. But yes, so that was the wall. Did enjoy the wall, and that's what I was doing. But again, at the end of it, I'm not a massive fan of the route at the end of it, but mostly just because of how tired I was and how much my legs were hurting at that point. And I think I was a little disappointed that it took us a lot longer than I thought it was going to as well. But I finished it, and that's all I really cared about anyway. Right, what else? Yes. So I'm going to. So about motor 10k in a couple of days. Next week I've got the Great North 10k where I'm running for the Red Sky Foundation. So feel free to donate to them. What else? Oh yeah, it's basically wall's finished. Kind of had a couple of weeks off. I think between Belfast Marathon and the wall, training's been very hit and missy, because basically work, a couple of little niggles letting things heal, etc, etc. So I haven't done as much training as I would like to do. But we are where we are. So what I have coming up though in a few months' time is the Loch Marathon, which I know can be quite a tough one. So pretty much from this point up until then in September, training is now marathon training. So obviously today, explaining what today is about, just this little few laps, test my feet. If I'm honest, I was delayed coming here by about half an hour, and now it's just getting slightly overcast, whereas about 20 minutes ago I think I probably would have actually died if I'd run in that heat. So that's good. So it was a good thing that I was a bit delayed. But yeah, so anyway, so we've got Loch Marathon, which I'm really looking forward to. I did see personal bests doing the 10k last year, which made me look into it, which is kind of basically, I think it was then stumbled thanks to that on the random runner, his stuff, which I quite liked as well. Which I was watching his video this morning of the wall, and he started after me and obviously finished well before me. So at some point, this guy, who I quite like, It's just ran past us and I've been completely oblivious, so yeah, just to keep your eyes open, I suppose. Anyway, so Motor 10k, Great Loch 10k, Durham 10k, then I have the Run the Raid half marathon in August, and I think the only arranged race I've got after that is the Loch Ness Marathon. So I'm about 95, I think, park runs now as well, so between now and then I'll be trying to get me 100 park runs. Hard to do because I keep having to work Saturdays, but that's just part of life. So I'm hoping to get that done by August, the park runs that is. I've kind of there's 22 social stuff as well, because I do like that a lot. I do keep missing their runs as well because of various other commitments, so I need to make more of an effort to join them on some runs too. As I keep bumping into like people I know, like Al Pepper and that, but then I'm like seeing them for 30 seconds and then not seeing them again. It's like, oh, what's the like, it's just been a bit of a mad rush the last couple of months. So what else have we got going on? I think that's kind of it. As I say, today a very light run. It's just a toe tester. If I want to say, I think one of the issues I've got as well is that after Edinburgh, I've seen about 2 weeks where all I did was completely stuff my face, and then after the wall, it's like twice as bad, and it feels like all I've done for the last 2 weeks is get as much shit in my body as possible. So all of the weight and stuff that I lost prior to the Belfast Marathon, I think I'll probably put back on. But I've got till September to lose some weight and then just try and learn some basic self-control by then. I need to get back in routine. Obviously this is Hebburn running track, it's called Steve Cram running track now. I'll not be running on this much anymore because I'm ending my membership with these gyms. When I do the gym, it's just their opening times just don't really coincide with most people's working hours. Like just getting to and from work, I probably could squeeze stuff in, but that's like thinking about work-life balance, so I'm just cancelling my membership. So I might do everyone take these once in a while, every now and again, but there'll be no consistent running on these tracks. Which seems to do quite like this running track. It is just around the corner from my house, but it's just an expense, and half the time I very rarely use the gym because of the times. I don't really use the track unless I've got a day off. So it's just like, this is just isn't working for me personally. Not me having to go to these facilities, but when it's things the council run, they tend to have shit opening times to most people, especially if you've got a young family, because you know it's like you want to spend time with them as well. I think that's pretty much it. So basically I'm now over the wall because I did it this year, and I got that monkey off me back from last year as well, from not completing it. Things I'm going to be doing over the next few months, so all those 10Ks I mentioned, the Run the Raid, the marathon, do more social 22 runs, try and make the effort to actually catch up with people during runs, I don't know, and get those 100 park runs done. And when I do go on holiday, I do like a bit of an annual 10 miler around the resort down to the local beach and stuff, so I'll be doing that as well. Apart from that, that's it. Toes are feeling fine. Knees are a bit stiff, but I think it's just lack of any kind of activity over the last month or so. But yeah, I'll see you soon. I might record more, but thinking depends. I probably will. Who knows? Anyway, bye bye. Toodaloo. Actually, there was one last thing I wanted to say. It's basically when I was doing the wall, met lots of different people on that run. It And for all those who did it and all those who didn't manage it, honestly, every single person I spoke to was absolutely excellent. They were an amazing human being, and honestly with most of them it's bad luck. It's a long run, things can go wrong. If, like me, you were a DNF like I was last year, don't take it to heart. If you know, if it's something that you've done that's gone wrong, or you didn't train hard enough, or you just need to do a bit more strength and condition, you weren't aware of it, you didn't get things quite right, it's all a learning curve. What I would suggest is you just treat it as a life lesson, kind of right, I'm going to learn from this. For me, for example, my knees were just a bit basically fucked. Yeah, the first year I'd injured myself, didn't really do much about it. Once the war was done, then got some physiotherapy, got some tips, did some strength and conditioning around my knees and things like that, and it did massively help. I didn't have any of those issues this year, and they kind of, they are, I mean, I still feel my knees every now and again, but compared to last year, it's so much better. I was talking to a young lad, and he was, dead canny, but that, like, this year was his third attempt, and I kind of, found out afterwards that this year, kind of for the second time, he just made it to Hexham. And honestly, like, see that the issue that I had with my foot with that sock thing, I was fully intended to change my socks at Hexham, but I knew that toe wasn't right, so I kind of thought, nah, I'll just keep these on just in case. And I was right too, because if I'd done that at Hexham, I would have also had a DNF at Hexham. Because sometimes you just don't know what's going to go wrong. There was a guy I met over the hilly bit, absolutely done his knee in, just climbing up the big steps. Because, people forget, like by that point you've done like 30 miles. Like by the time that lad had got to Hexham, he'd done 46 miles. So these aren't like small distances. One thing I'll say as well is that everybody I seem to know was given an ice cream token at Hexham, apart from me. So I think basically just don't like us because I'm fat, and they're trying to make us lose weight. But next time I'll get that ice cream. Right, anyway, catch you later.